The A's had the tying run 90 feet away. Damn. Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I am your host, Booney, one name, all passion. I've been an A's fan for over 40 years now, and I've seen it all. Ricky, the Bash Brothers, the Big Three, that thing they called Mount Davis, the saga of Howard Terminal, Jenny Canvar and Dallas Braden announcing, but now we are stacking chips and building a dynasty for 2028 Vegas. First, we are beginning to make noise now with a young crop of kids that is beginning to be the envy of all of Major League Baseball. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So do me a favor and punch that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. If you want, go to Podbay, Apple Podcasts, and give me a 5-star review. It does help. This episode is brought to you in part by 5 Hour Energy. Enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for a 2 to any golf tournament in the USA. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Well, guys, ouch. I don't think there's any other way to put it. The A's ran headfirst into an absolute buzzsaw tonight by the name of Bryan Woo, who delivered one of his finest starts of the season when the Mariners needed it most. He held the A's to just one hit over 7 dominant innings in Seattle's big 3-2 win tonight. Brent Rooker provided the only damage against Woo with the solo shot in the first, but Woo didn't allow another knock while striking out 7 and showcasing ace-level command. Seattle's bats eventually broke through against A's pitching, but how good was Luis Morales? Eugenio Suárez, Josh Naylor, and Jorge Polanco going deep to turn a deadlocked game into a Mariners advantage. Naylor's 7th inning blast marked his 100th career homer, a milestone celebrated with a bat flip. That's great. That's great, Josh. It stung tonight, guys. We didn't go quietly. We faced Andrés Muñoz in the 9th, Seattle's all-star closer. And we left the bases loaded after Jacob Wilson's RBI single cut the deficit to 3-2. Lawrence Butler drew a walk. Darrell Hernaiz hit a shallow fly ball. I thought Soderstrom was going to go for it. I didn't really blame him for turning back. And listen, Bleday needs to figure it out, man. As a completely uncompetitive at bat there in the 9th. He was 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Langoliers had a rough night too. I mean, Bleday and Langoliers 0 for 8, 7 strikeouts. The Mariners needed tonight. They needed tonight. They lost 7 of 8. They lost 5 in a row. They had Bryan Woo on the hill, their ace. They had to have it, and Woo came through, man. I mean, Woo just seems to have the A's numbers as well. I mean, can you imagine if Woo and Justin Verlander in his prime pitched every day against the A's? I don't think we'd ever win a game. Luis Morales was unbelievable. We'll get to him as well. You can't say enough about Luis Morales and what he did tonight. We competed. I said that's what was my expectations, but hey, I can't help it but think how hard of a loss that was. Tough loss. The boys played great. Morales is a legit young stud. Yes, next year's going to be magical. I sure hope so. Morales was impressive. Morales surprised me of how good he was. He didn't walk one batter all night. You got to give him credit, man. He fought. He had some moxie to him. Even that home run he allowed to Suárez on a 3-2 pitch. I thought the umpiring was awful. I thought and you rarely will hear me talk and complain about the umpires. He had a 2-2 pitch on Suárez. At bat, he hit a homer. That was strike 3. He was bad all night. And I thought it favored Seattle more. If Morales is not going to get those calls, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for any pitcher. He felt like he had to make a better pitch on 3-2 rather than kind of paint in the corner. He made a hell of a pitch. Suárez went out and got it. Morales was amazing. That was a strike. Thank you. Brett is a damn good glove at third. JJ needs to take a trip back to Vegas. JJ's been at Vegas. Another one, yeah. At this point, I'd rather have Cortez up there than Bleday. No question. What's up, my ace? Boom, this was a 3-sequence loss. 5th inning, missed their strike. Jesus. Led to, home run. Top 7, Kotsay refused to bunt after a Mariners error. You mean with... Okay, you mean when Soderstrom got on. Jacob Wilson got him over to second. Is that the one you're talking about? Soderstrom led off the inning, got on an error. Runner on first. Okay. This was in the, what inning was that? The 7th. Soderstrom safe at first on throwing error. Wilson flied out to center. You wanted Wilson to bunt? My ace? I don't know. Alvarado couldn't lock it down. No. I don't know. I'm still fully confident in Alvarado. It's tough for me to say, right? Just because he had a bad outing today. But God, it was a painful loss. Just a painful loss, man. We had him. Woo was good. You got to give a lot of credit to Woo. Woo was filthy. Woo was absolutely filthy. And he has had the A's number. What a pitching's duel it was for a while. 7 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Really good. Really, really good. Alvarado struggled. Our bullpen's been so darn good. I can't really complain about it too much. I tell you this much, guys. I am so sick and tired of hearing Dallas and Jenny on the broadcast. I really am. And again, am I a little bitter right now because we lost? A little bit of a sore loser? Yes. But how about it's a 1-run game. I'm pulling my hair out. Whatever I have left of it. I'm going nuts. And there's a foul ball that goes to the back screen. And are they 10 years old? Are they that out of touch with reality and what's going on in the game? I'm like, now you guys are joking. Anyway, I'm probably a little bitter right now, but it just shows you how out of touch in reality they are. They have no idea what the viewer is going through as far as an A's fan looking at in a tight ball game. And Canvar has more excitement on a foul ball that's heading to their booth than she would on Cortez's double or anything else that the A's are doing. It's nutty, but hey, a little bitter maybe. Oh, 7th inning killed us. We need a bunt. Wilson is probably the best bunter on the line of the loss. I don't know. He's our best hitter too, right? In that position. I don't know if I would have bunted him. And then what do we have in that situation though, my A's? We bunt him over, and then, we're counting on Lawrence, Butler, and Hernaiz to drive him in. I don't think you can bunt in that situation. It's not like Butler and Hernaiz are lights out driving in runs. I'm giving up my A's fandom card if Canvar gets... Hey, Salty, Did you, or do you know what call I'm talking about? The foul ball that headed to their booth. It was I believe a 2-1 ball game at that point. Yeah, but I mean, I don't butt in that situation. I don't think you could put that on Kotsay. I wouldn't have butt. I would have been critical if he did butt, because if he did butt, now you have now it's Butler and Hernaiz. You know, I hear you, my A's. I don't butt in that situation. I don't think that was an obvious call. I see your point, but in other words, I don't think you can be critical of Kotsay of letting Wilson hit away there. I just don't. I see where you're getting at, and there's an argument for what you're saying, and there's an argument for what I'm saying as well. Yeah, she could care less about 100%. 100%. I mean, Braden's just as bad. All right, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'm going to salt a little bit more. I'll see you in a minute. The positive note, hey, how impressive was Luis Morales? How impressive was Luis Morales tonight? Rooker had a hell of a game. I'll see you in a minute, guys. Time to fuel up and turn it up with 5-Hour Energy Transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. Perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Whether you are out on the course or just need a little extra push to power through the day, 5-Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the green. One time, I am playing in a tournament out in Gray Eagle, California. 16th hole, matches on the line, par 3, 150 yards. Pin is to the right, big old tree to the left. I hit a good iron, pulled it just a tad, deflects off the tree, goes right, directly in the hole. True story. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. The great ginger lime flavor of 5-Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without leaving the course or chasing down the bev cart. Now, you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for two to any golf tournament in the USA. Tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters tournament. It ends October 31st, 2025. Sure glad I pre-recorded that ad. I mean, I was halfway through the ad. I was throwing stuff at the screen. Unbelievable. Tonight in that game for Angels, yeah, that was another tough one. We've had a couple of them. In 4 to 5 game, yes, swing away. But no, this was a pitching match. I don't think you could bunt there, my A's, man. Butler and Hernaiz are so bad. You realize how bad Butler's been? Do you realize how bad Butler's been? I mean, we saw his at bat, what he had. So then you have Hernaiz. What did Hernaiz do tonight? 0 for 4. Our chances in that situation were rare. But the highest percentage chance was to let Wilson swing away. I don't think we get the butt down. I don't think. Listen, I see your point, but we're so far away from criticizing. That's not something I would criticize Kotsay on. I was fine with him hitting away. I don't think that was an obvious decision, my A's. I just don't. I get what you're saying. But I guarantee you this. We butt and Butler and Hernaiz do what they've been doing. Don't come through and hit. we're sitting here complaining about Kotze having Wilson bunt with Wilson, best hitter for Butler and Hernaiz. So hindsight's 2020. I just don't. I get your point. I get your point where you're going at it. I just don't think that's a criticism you could make on Kotze. Was so disappointed to see Bleday go down with. Yeah, Bleday needs to figure it out, man. Bleday needs to figure it out. I mean, right now it's Cortez. Cortez had a hell of a at bat, line to double in the right center. I'm a little down on Bleday right now, big time. Morales, hey, what a game! What a game! He's been shocking me with how good he is. He was overpowering tonight. He was spotting corners. He actually should have even had a better game. Every borderline call he didn't get. Nutty. Woo got the calls. The relievers got the calls. Ever since, you know what it was? He was so scared of the big dumper, Cal, after Cal got called out in the first inning looking. And then the next half inning, A's came up and the umpire didn't give the A's the same call Cal got rung up on. And they had that little verbiage towards each other. Umpire was scared after that. Oh, I'm sold on Morales. I'm getting there. He was awesome tonight. He was freaking awesome. He didn't really get hit too hard. Let's take a look. First inning, Rosarena flew out at 96 off the bat. Julio, he got hit a little bit, 98 off the bat. Naylor grounded out at 108. Suárez didn't hit that at all at 51. Luke Raley, JP Crawford lined out at 100. Raleigh lined out at 90. Julio, 61. Didn't do much. And then Suárez, 114. And then Polanco single, 103. After that, not really. Suárez shouldn't even have gotten that opportunity, though. Suárez shouldn't even gotten that opportunity. That was strike 3. Oh, man! You just felt like the whole game. And then you get to the 9th. And then the sac fly by Hernaiz. It was just too shallow. I don't know. The throw was offline. Even with the throw being offline, it was so like, I don't know if he scores either way. Maybe. Oh, man. Did Bleday go down on 3 pitches in that 9th? Yep. Swinging. Unreal. Bases loaded. 3 sliders. Muñoz threw him 3 sliders. Butler had a good at bat there in the 9th. And my A's, even on that double play by Butler didn't even run hard. I watched that 3 times. Could he have beaten it out? I think so. Maybe. Oh, man, but I tell you, when that foul ball went back to the press box, I almost lost my freaking mind listening to Canvar. How they have a job, nutty. Absolutely nutty. I allowed myself to get excited. A sweep in Seattle would have made us only 6.5 back for a wild card. Morales and Lopez may lead our staff next year. Listen, hey, every season is treated differently. I'm not going to stop believing until we cannot get to 83 wins. I have 8 losses to play with. Yes, the driving Butler didn't. Thank you. I'm not the only one that saw that. Yeah, he didn't. He got off the he got out of the box slow. Then he turned on the jets. Then as the double play, he let up about 10 feet short of the bag. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. We just did not have a whole lot of opportunity tonight, guys. I mean, we did not hit Woo hard at all. I mean, Rooker's home run came off the bat at 108. Wilson lined out in the second. Hit a shot, 96. And after that, Butler flew out at 104. He hit the ball. That was hit hard. Brent Harris, what was he doing bunting in that situation with no one on? I love Harris. But come on, man. You're no speedster, kid. Langolier's 4Ks, 0 for 4Ks. I understand how good he's been playing. Soderstrom, the one he got on base on the error, hit the ball at 107, 108. Yeah, guys. Woo was that good. Woo was that good. We'll be back in about 5 seconds, guys. And I'm going to talk about Game 3 tomorrow. Because we need it. See you in a couple. Oh. It came down to Alvarado giving up 2 home runs. That was the game. Oh, well. Yeah. Right? I wasn't sure about Alvarado, but at the same time, he's been pitching so well. Our bullpen's doing so good. He threw a slider. What was the count when he threw to Naylor? I think he was ahead of the count. Was he behind? No, first pitch. First pitch bomb. Just an absolute bomb. A slider right over the middle of the plate. Polanco bomb. Like I said, the umpiring did not do us any favors today. I want to see what Hernaiz can do next year. Right now, how I see it, Salty, is Hernaiz at second, Muncy at third. Yeah, reason this is mind-boggling. What's the deal, Booney? 5150. Tony, he's been the same way all year, whether it's in the big league. He's been better in the big leagues. He's been all right. He's been good as of late. Well, okay as of late. He pitched against the Twins. He pitched an inning, 2 hits, no runs. Against the Angels, he pitched 2 innings, no hits, no runs. That's 3 innings right there. His last bad outing was against the Rays in Game 3, an inning, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. But before that, he was really good. Against the Orioles, he pitched 2 2/3, no hits, no runs. He's been good, Tony. Against the Nationals, he didn't pitch. Against the D-backs, 2 innings, 1 run. Mariners, the first one we played them in Sacramento, 2 innings, 1 hit. Here was the deal, Tony, and here was the deal with the whole A's team. And this is why, for me, it was such a disappointing loss. It was a playoff type of atmosphere and game. The Mariners needed it. Last 6 series we've played, not one team have we played that's been over 500. Sure, we're playing great ball, but we haven't faced anybody like Bryan Woo. You can say, yeah, Joe Ryan is similar to a Bryan Woo as far as pedigree and status as far as a pitcher and an ace. But, the Twins are the Twins. And in that game, it's not like the Twins defense did Joe Ryan any favors either. Remember earlier in the year when I made the trade suggestion to bring Woo to the A's? He's the next. I know, but who are we going to? If we want Woo, though, my A's, who are we going to give up, man? I mean, I don't know if there's I don't know if there's anything we have to get Woo, unless you want to give up like Jacob Wilson. You know, and we were talking at the beginning of the season. We didn't have one asset to get somebody like Woo. The type of assets that you need to get a Bryan Woo is a Kurtz and Wilson. That's it. That's the only assets we had in order to acquire a Bryan Woo. Nobody else. Maybe Soderstrom. Maybe. If Soderstrom stays in left field instead of moving to, I think that's the best play. Let him stay in left base. It's yeah, you know, it's Muncy's going to have one of the positions, no question. Who's the other infielder? And right now, I like Hernaiz. DeVries would eventually take Hernaiz's spot. Yeah, eventually. You got it, bud. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Alvarado was somebody Kotze was high on since spring training. He actually earned a spot on the 40-man roster, which was to a lot of people's surprise. He came up earlier in the year, got hit. And he always in AAA Vegas, he's always been 3.5, a 4 ERA. Been okay. And yeah, when he's gotten the call up, when he's been up since, he's been good. He has electric stuff. I don't know. Our bullpen's been pitching great. I just don't know if it's the type of bullpen that I'm comfortable with in high leverage situations against really, really good teams. My trade offer was Sodi and Rooker for Woo. I wouldn't do that. See, here's the problem with pitchers, right? They get hurt, they're out like 2 years. I like what we're doing with pitchers. I wouldn't have traded Soderstrom and Rooker for them, but yeah, that would have. I think that would have gotten the deal to get Woo. You're probably right, but I wouldn't have made that trade. I like what we're doing and how we're developing our pitchers. It's not a bad offer. I'm not saying how old is Woo anyway. Woo is how old is Woo? Come on, Woo. Birthday, Chad. It's only 25 years old. He's young. Yeah, maybe my ace. JJ, I don't know how to say. Yeah, me either, Veg. Me either, man. JJ now is 1 for his last 22 or 2 for his last 26. My dream trade would be Chandler System as our leadoff in left field. Yeah. Again, who do you want to give up, though, right? I agree with you there, Salty. I don't know if I don't know if they are. I'm not ready to really give up on Butler yet, but I'm getting really close on Bleday. The problem with both of them, too, is that Bleday's a below average fielder. Butler is serviceable. He's a serviceable center fielder. He's okay. He's gotten better since last year. But if they're not hitting, man, they're just kind of a waste of space. Tomorrow, we have Jeffrey Springs on the bump against George Kirby. George Kirby's, that's Seattle pitching in this ballpark is good. It's going to be another test. Let's take a look at what Kirby has done. The reason I make the trade is Woo, Lopez, Morales, and Betts, and Kurtz, Wilson, and Langs leading the offense. Nice balance. We're unbalanced. Woo, Lopez, Morales. As far as pitching, then we give up Soderstrom and Rooker for one pitcher. One Tommy John surgery from being out 2.5 years. I get it. He's 25. He's an ace. If he stays healthy, yeah, it might work out. I wouldn't give up Soderstrom. I wouldn't give up Soderstrom. Soderstrom's really good, man. It's a 20-game hitting streak. I just wouldn't do the trade, man. I get it. I know where you're coming from. Woo for Soderstrom and Rooker. I like what we're doing with our pitching. I just wouldn't give up anything for pitching. I wouldn't, guys. It's just, we've seen it too often, man. Corbin Burns. Chris Sale. Tyler Glasnow's just come back. Jeffrey Springs was out 2 years. Hey, who else? I know I'm missing a ton of guys. Spencer Strider missed 1.5 years. I don't give up any. I'm not trading anything of value for any kind of pitcher. I don't care who the pitcher is. That's me. Just because when a pitcher gets injured, 2 years, they're gone. 1 year, 1.5 years. It happens year in and year out. Zach Wheeler, gone. Was it Tommy John? Something different. But every year, Soderstrom's not available. He's a franchise guy. We won't be a fearsome team against unless we start to value pitching. Batters are so right now the pitching is what it's looking like. So you're going to give up 2 everyday players for a guy that's starting 1 in every 5 days. I guess it's just, we have Jamie Arnold coming up. You got Jack Perkins. You got Luis Morales. Jacob Lopez. That's 4 right now. We got Springs. We got Severino. I think more. My A's. I see your point. I just think it's more of an idea on philosophy. I'm not saying you're wrong, and that's something the A's shouldn't do. I think it's just more an idea of philosophy. My whole thing with regard to pitching is, like I said, great. We give up. Let's say we give up Soderstrom. I think Soderstrom is going to be unbelievable. He has been unbelievable. He's having a hell of a year. I mean, you really want to trade? Soderstrom and Rooker? I mean, these guys are no joke right now, my A's. I mean, Woo's okay. He has a 3.83 ERA. He's solid. I mean, Woo's not like a Tarek Skubal. It's not like a Zach Wheeler. He's like the 3rd best pitcher on the Mariners. He just owns the A's. He's all right. I mean, is Woo even a top 10 pitcher in baseball right now? Seriously. I don't even think Woo's a top 10 pitcher in baseball. Is he a top 20 pitcher in baseball? Is he a top 20 pitcher in baseball? The reason why Mets, Yankees, and Cubs and Giants have started to struggle is the most important time is pitching. Yeah, maybe. I just think you're going with the wrong guy, and we have to give up too much. I don't even think Bryan Woo's a top 20 pitcher in baseball. And you want to give up Soderstrom and Rooker? I'm going to say no. I wouldn't do it. I hear what you're saying. Giants don't have a respectful lineup. Stop it. Giants don't have a respectful lineup. No, they don't. Giants lineup stinks. But Cubs, yeah, Mets and Yankees sure do. Well, they also paid for it too, though. They spent a lot for it. Outside of Woo, I like Reese Olson from the Tigers. That's the same type of deal, though, my A's. That's Soderstrom Rooker type of deal, right? And maybe if they would do it. I don't want to give up so much for one pitcher, for a pitcher that goes every 5 days. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I don't know. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of stuff we're going to give up. We're doing all right on pitching. Well, we got to improve. And we did the right things with the draft. We did the right things with that trade. And like anything else, they're prospects. To your point, though, my A's, yeah, you're right. Bryan Woo's a legitimate top of the guy order. But he's starting every 5 days. And you got to also remember, he's been dominant in Seattle's ballpark, which is pitchers friendly. He's not great on the road. Tony, I wouldn't consider trading Soderstrom at all after seeing what he can do in left field. He's a 2A right now. The next Rooker, but an outfielder, yeah. I think that's the plan. Platoon Clark and Butler in center field. That's how I have it right now, Salty. That's how I have it. I have the outfield right now. Is if you were to ask me what my position players would be next year, I'm doing a couple things. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going Soderstrom in left. I'm platooning Clark and Butler in center. I am platooning Cortez and Colby in right. I'm going Muncy at third, Jacob at short, Hernaiz at second, Kurtz at first, Langs at catcher, Rook DHing. This means you believe in the front office 100% of the individuals figure, which reminds me of a first-round elimination formula. The first round, the key is to get to the playoffs. The key is to get to the playoffs. The idea and thought that you can get another pitcher or another hitter to get past a certain game in the playoffs is just BS. I hear this all the time. If the A's made another move in 12 or 14, they would have been able to get over the top. Well, who? What player do you want to get? What player do you want to get that's going to be able to hit Verlander? We lost some heartbreakers in the last 10 years. But we got to go more than that. And Bryan Woo's not the answer. Bryan Woo ain't the answer. You want to give up two of our best players for Bryan Woo? I think it's crazy. I wouldn't do it at all. Bryan Woo for Soderstrom and Rooker? Bryan Woo, what's he done? He's a good front-end starter. Give me something else besides Bryan Woo, my A's. Give me something else besides Bryan Woo. Soderstrom and Rooker for Bryan Woo? I mean, you're talking about Bryan Woo like he's won the Cy Young 3 times. He's a solid starter. Bryan Woo? I don't know, man. I just don't agree. Kyle Tucker and Schwarber are free agents. If we don't trade for Woo, bring in hitters who can hit Woo. We're not getting Tucker and Schwarber while we're in Sacramento. We're not getting Tucker and Schwarber while we're in Sacramento. And tonight was one game. It was one game. Seattle still might not even make the playoffs. They're hanging on by dear life. You do realize they've lost 7 out of 8. They're spiraling out of control. Woo's gotten rocked. So's Logan Gilbert. So has Luis Castillo. Woo looked good tonight. He was unbelievable tonight. And you do realize, my A's, that we faced Woo. When did we face Woo? We faced him when they were in Sacramento, and we hit him. If I'm not mistaken, let me confirm. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. When he was in Sacramento on, let's see. Nope. Wasn't that game. Am I mistaken here? Hang on. 5, 4. Bryan Woo, last time in Sacramento. Here's your guy, my A's. That you want to give up Soderstrom and Rooker for against the A's. 6 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He took the loss, 8-6. We hit him. We hit him hard. Rooker had 2 hits off him. Miguel Andujar had a couple hits. Hernaiz had 2 hits. We didn't get him tonight. It happens. We didn't get him tonight. We'll look great. But I'm not trading Rooker and Soderstrom for a guy we just rocked 2-3 weeks ago. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. We definitely need to improve our roster. My argument is we don't want to bring in a solid arm in this offseason. Let's bring in a bat to assist our strong core. I'm not opposed to bringing in a solid arm. You got to remember, but who's out there as far as who do you want to get? Now, I've kind of gone through the free agents for 2026. Let me tell you who we can afford next year. My A's, I'll tell you exactly who we can afford next year. And you tell me who you want. Because here's the deal. Here's what we're looking at. Here's your crop of guys that you could possibly get. A Justin Verlander. A Max Scherzer. A Chris Bassett. A Jack Flaherty. The following guys would demand to play in Sacramento, would demand Severino money. Jack Flaherty, Nick Martinez, who's from the Reds, and Flaherty still has a player option with Detroit. I don't know what he's going to do. Chris Bassett, Merrill Kelly, Zach Eflin from Baltimore, Zach Gallen. All those guys would require a Severino type contract. We got $39 million we could spend this offseason. $39 million. The other guys, the next group of guys, those are the top tier guys. Now, your top free agents, that one won't come to the A's. These are guys that'll go to the Dodgers, that'll go to the Yankees for ridiculous contracts. Framber Valdez from Houston. Kodai Senga from the Mets. Shota Imanaga from the Cubs. Freddie Peralta. Well, he has a club option. Jesus. Dylan Cease. Ranger Suarez. Michael King. Shane Bieber. Chris Sale. Well, the club option. Those guys are going to demand. Those we won't even go after. We have no chance. But we can sign guys like Bassett, Michael Lorenzen, or the next group of guys that's really a crop that we can get is Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Cal Quantrill, Andrew Heaney, Frankie Montas, no thank you. Patrick Corbin. You know what's crazy? If you are David Frost, you are not starting a convo in which you say this is a top 5 lineup in all of baseball. Eliminate the ballpark. The offense markets the team. If you're Dave Frost, you're not starting a convo in which you say this is the top 5 lineup in all of baseball. You mean with a free agent? Yeah. The bottom line is we're going to have to pay a premium for guys. And who do we want to extend, right? Remember, $39 million. That's all we're going to spend. $39 million, which is a lot. Salty, Soderstrom was 23 at his peak. He could be 280, 40. He could be that next year. He's on a 20-game hitting streak. Sonny Gray, I'm all right with Sonny Gray. I don't think he is a free agent, though, next year. Sonny Gray's old, though, too. And he's not a free agent. Let me see. Make sure. 1 second. Let me just go to St. Louis. What is he a free agent? No, he's not a free agent next year. I love Sonny Gray. He's not a free agent, though. Zach Gallen might be a good find. Right. But now you're talking, you want to give him 3 years? You want to give him 3 years, 67, 3 years, 70 million? That's what it would take to get somebody like Gallen. And who knows if he'll still come to Sacramento. I like Gallen. That's a lot of money for him. But if we need to spend, I want to extend Langoliers. I'd like to extend Kurtz and Wilson the way the Red Sox did with Roman Anthony. I would like to do that. And then whatever else we have in that $39 million. Dylan Cease, he's going to get asked for huge money. There's just not a lot of pitchers out there. Martin Perez, maybe. It's crazy what these pitchers are. I should have been a damn pitcher, man. Once we traded Andor, he became a league winner. Andor's been killing it for the Reds. He's been killing it for the Reds. David will not need to convince pitchers, Boone. You're crazy the way you speak of our young hitters. David Force has leverage in bringing in players. All right. Now, I mean, as far as our young hitter, I mean, I don't think I'm overhyping our hitters, though, my A's. I don't think I'm overhyping our hitters unless I'm misunderstanding you. I think our hitters are nuts. I think that we're right now we're one of the top lineups in baseball. You think we're too deep where we have guys that are expendable? I just don't think it's Soderstrom and Butler. Soderstrom and Rooker. I just don't think it is. I don't want to trade Rooker ever. He's a cornerstone of this franchise. He's a leader. He kind of defines who we are. That means something still. I was pissed at. You know who I wanted that the Yankees picked up that we could have got on the cheap was Paul Blackburn. I wanted Paul Blackburn. I wanted Blackburn. Oh, man, guys. Today's just, it was tough today, guys. Hey, listen, we competed. It was actually a great baseball game. Is there a 30-plus-year-old pitcher who's going to become a free agent who doesn't see A's as a playoff contender in 2026? Of course there is. There's a ton. Let me tell you who we got. Okay. Here's what you got. Jack Flaherty. That's going to be your best. Nestor Cortez. Clayton Kershaw. Walker Buehler. Even though he told the A's to kick rocks last offseason. How about Tyler Mahle from the Rangers? But he's hurt. Same thing there, my A's. How long's Mahle going to be out? I don't know. He's been out a while. He's out for the year this year. Jordan Montgomery. You want Jordan Montgomery? You want to take a flyer on Jordan Montgomery? You want Alex Cobb? Steven Matz? How about old Charlie Morton? Like I'm saying, do we want them or will they be willing to play for us? They'll be willing to play for us if we give them the contract. Here, this is what I mean. This is what I mean, my A's. Okay, so Verlander, this is according to Spot Track, which is pretty darn accurate as far as estimating the market value on a free agent going into the 2026 season. Here's what I mean. Okay, you look at a guy like Chris Bassett. He's going to be 37 years old next year. The market value on him is $15 million a year, is what Spot Track shows. Okay? He's 37 years old. I assume a team will give him, if that's correct, 2 years, $30 million. Now, what the A's are going to have to do is one of two things in order for a guy like Chris Bassett. They're going to have to go 3 years and $45 million, give him that extra year, or they'd have to go 2 years at like $40 million. That's what I mean. Merrill Kelly, market on him $16 million. Same type of idea. Zach Gallen, market on him's $18 million. If Gallen gets 3 and 54, the A's would have to come with like 3 and 72. That's kind of similar to what the Mets were offering Severino. And, well, I don't even think they offered him. But it was the deal Montas got before Severino. So anyway, Pavetta's not a free agent for San Diego. He's not. I would have liked him this offseason. I like Pavetta. Let me make sure. Yeah, Pavetta's not a free agent. The three guys that the Padres have: Michael King, Dylan Cease, and Cortez. And Dylan Cease, he's going to get a mega deal. He's going to get a mega deal. There's not a whole lot of free agents out there, man. As far as pitching, I do think we had to get something, though. I'm with you there, my A's. I do think we need another pitcher. I 100% agree. It needs to be a mid-tier pitcher. I don't want to, like, if I had to pick one guy that I think we could, jeez, it's just tough, man. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's just tough. It's tough. We'll continue this another day. I appreciate it, my A's. Appreciate all you guys. Tough one tonight. What are you going to do? Kirby Springs tomorrow. First pitch, 6:40. Here's my mindset. If management doesn't act on winning for this young core, then they get discouraged. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but okay, but right now, so far next year, right, though, my A's, you got, I mean, for me in my head, you're going to have to go Springs, Severino, and Lopez in the starting rotation. Those three are automatically in. If Morales even looks close to what he did tonight, you're going to have him. If Perkins stays healthy, I think he's the guy. So it's not like we don't have a young group and a young crop of pitchers now. I'm comfortable with those five. I think that's a winning starting rotation if they stay healthy, if they keep developing. But make no mistake of it, Springs and Severino are the people getting paid. They're going to be in the rotation. And the way Lopez is pitching right now, he has a spot. And I'm fine with that. I think he's great. I think you think he's great. Everyone thinks he's great. Morales, if he's even close to tonight, he's the fourth guy. I like Perkins. I like Perkins a lot. If that's our starting five next year, fuck, I'm pretty ecstatic about that, guys. I like it. You know, I don't think any of the guys on that free agent list is, you know, you can sit here and say they are considerably better than any of those guys. There's not. Now, to your point, though, my ace would Bryan Woo be our ace on that staff? Yeah, he would. But I'm not willing to give up. I'm not willing to give up any huge assets for Bryan Woo. I'd give up prospects. A lot of them. But Bryan Woo's only 25 years old, man. They would want, let's put it this way, they would want Soderstrom and Rooker, and it's still a question whether they would take the trade or not. Because Bryan Woo's 25 years old. So I think they would actually with that. I think they would for sure, but who knows? I get it though. I get it. The whole next 2 years is going to be difficult. The fun part is we're playing exciting baseball. There's a little bit of a gut punch tonight, but that's the way it goes, man. 6:40 tomorrow. Bryan Woo. Bryan Woo's on my that's all you, my ace. You got Bryan Woo in my head now. George Kirby, Jeffrey Springs. Let's even the series at 1, guys. Then we got Jacob Lopez and Logan Gilbert on Sunday. Hey, let's take the series. If I would have told you before this road trip started we'd go 5-1, I think we'd all be ecstatic. So, hey, we got 2 games left. Tonight was a tough one, no question. Positives came out of it. Luis Morales looked great. Rooker started hitting. We still have issues we need to take care of. Take care, guys. Have a good night. I appreciate you guys hanging out. And my A's, Salty Tom, all you guys, appreciate you guys hanging out and all the comments. It's always fun. Take care, fellas. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen every day. For your second listen, find the all-night Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night until a World Series champion is crowned. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.